Like and subscribe. The $1 Investor. Sunday, January 24th, 2026. To everybody who's here with me on this channel and actually watches my videos, thank you. I appreciate you, and I hope you're learning something. My goal is always to make investing as simple as possible because I know there's a lot of information out there and a lot of talking heads. Now let me be clear. I'm not your financial advisor. I'm not a banker. I'm not a hedge fund manager. And I'm definitely not a Wall Street guy. I'm just a regular dude on YouTube who drives a bus for a living. But I maximize every penny possible because I'm not here to lose money. I'm not here to donate my money to anybody else. I'm here to build wealth for me and my family. I always tell you guys this. I am the CEO of my company, the company of the $1 Investor. And every single one of my dollars is my employee. Every dollar I earn has a job to do. And with that said, I also want you to remember this. History doesn't repeat itself, but it definitely rhymes. We've seen cycles in the market before. We've seen fear. We've seen crashes. We've seen discounts. And if things get rough again, we're not panicking. We're prepared. Because when the market drops, long-term investors get opportunities. And I'm telling you right now, if the market gives us discounted prices, we're going shopping. And for all my beginners out there, this is actually a blessing in disguise. Because when you start investing at lower prices, you get to build your foundation cheaper, and you can stack shares faster. So get your money ready. If you've got a side hustle, maybe put one of those checks to the side. Keep some cash liquid and ready. So when the time comes, you can buy strong companies and solid funds for pennies on the dollar. This is where wealth is built, when most people are scared. Before we get into this, let me explain who Ray Dalio is, because if you've never heard of him, that's okay. Ray Dalio is one of the most well-known and respected investors in the world. He's the founder of a company called Bridgewater Associates, which became one of the largest hedge funds on the planet. He's famous for studying how the economy works, how money moves, and how big financial cycles repeat over time. So when someone like Ray Dalio starts warning about the economy and the debt situation in the US, it's worth paying attention because he's seen these types of patterns before. Ray Dalio sounded the alarm. Here's what it means for regular investors like us. What's up, everyone? It's the $1 Investor. And today, we're talking about something big. One of the most respected investors in the world, Ray Dalio, is sounding the alarm on the US economy. He's warning about recession risk, and even more importantly, a debt crisis. Now listen, I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to break it down simple, so even a beginner can understand it. And I'm also here to tell you the truth from my own investing journey. Yes, this might be bad news for the country and the economy, but for a long-term investor like me, this just means I might get the chance to buy more shares at discounted prices. Who is Ray Dalio, plus why it matters? So first, quick context. Ray Dalio is one of the biggest investors of all time. He built Bridgewater, one of the most powerful hedge funds in the world. When someone like that starts warning about the economy, you don't ignore it. But at the same time, you also don't panic. Because I've learned something after working hard, investing consistently, and staying disciplined. The market rewards patience. The market punishes emotions. And most people lose money not because they picked the wrong investment. They lose money because they panic at the wrong time. The main warning: the US debt problem. Now here's the heart of what Dalio is talking about. The US has a debt problem. Let me explain it in the simplest way possible. The government spends money on things like Social Security, Medicare, military, roads, programs, interest payments. But the problem is, the government is spending way more than it brings in. That's called the deficit. And when you keep running deficits year after year, you build up a mountain of national debt. So think about it like this. If your household brings in $5,000 a month, but you spend $7,000 a month, you can do that for a little while if you borrow the difference. But eventually, the debt grows so big that you start feeling pressure. That's what Ray Dalio is warning about. The real danger, the bond market. Now this part is where most beginners get lost, so I'm gonna make it super easy. Dalio says the real danger isn't just a recession, it's the bond market. Here's what bonds are. When the government needs money, it sells bonds. Bonds are basically an IOU. It's the government saying, lend me money today, and I'll pay you back later with interest. So here's the problem. If investors start losing confidence, they demand higher interest rates to lend money. And when interest rates rise, borrowing gets more expensive. Mortgages get more expensive. Credit cards get more expensive. Businesses slow down. People spend less. That's how the economy can tighten up fast. So Dalio's point is, if the debt keeps growing and the bond market starts cracking, this could turn into something worse than a normal recession. Worse than a recession? What does that mean? Let's be real. When people hear recession, they think layoffs, markets dropping, fear, uncertainty. But Dalio is basically saying, this isn't just a normal economic slowdown. This is a debt problem that can create bigger shocks. And you don't have to be a finance expert to understand this. When debt gets too high, eventually somebody has to pay for it, either through higher taxes, lower spending, inflation, or major economic pain. That's why he's warning people now. My investing mindset, why I don't panic. Now let me bring this back to me, and to you, because I've been on this journey too. I'm not sitting here acting like I'm a billionaire hedge fund manager. I'm a working man. I've been grinding. I've been balancing life, work, family, and building my future one step at a time. And what I've learned is, market drops don't scare me. They don't break me. They help me. Because when prices drop, that means I can buy the same companies, the same index funds, the same investments, but at a discount. So yes, it might be bad news for the country and the economy, but for a long-term investor like myself, I'm looking at it like, okay, that means I can buy more shares cheaper. That's the difference between investors and gamblers. Gamblers panic. Investors prepare. The real game plan: keep buying plus max out retirement. Now here's where I want you to lock in, especially if you're a beginner. My personal plan stays the same. 1. Keep investing consistently. 2. Don't try to time the market. 3. Max out my retirement accounts. 4. Stay disciplined no matter what the headlines say. And for me personally, I'm focused on maxing out my 457B, maxing out my 401k, because that's how you build real wealth long term. Not from guessing, not from panic selling, but from consistent investing, month after month, year after year. Because the truth is, most people say they want to be wealthy, but they don't want to stay consistent long enough to become wealthy. Closing, the mindset shift. So let me close like this. Ray Dalio is warning the economy could get rough because of debt. And I'm not ignoring it. I'm paying attention, but I'm also not panicking. Because I understand something most people don't. When the market goes on sale, long-term investors win. And I'm going to say it like this, and I mean it. I pray for these types of opportunities. Not because I want the country to suffer, but because I understand how investing works. And if you stay disciplined, keep buying, and keep maxing out your accounts, you'll look back one day and realize those scary moments were the moments that built your wealth. Optional call to action. Add this if you want. If this helped you understand what's going on, hit the like button, subscribe, and drop a comment. Are you scared of the market? Or are you ready to use it to your advantage? Because I'm staying locked in, and I'll see you in the next one. Like and subscribe. The $1 Investor.